What's up, everybody? I want to talk to you really quick from this topic that may shock you. When I knew I loved my wife and it wasn't the wedding day. See, most people believe you're in love here. Don't we look cute? This is our engagement photo. Yeah, and here's another one. Yeah, it looks like admiration in her eyes, and I'm looking like, yeah, I'm about to be this kingdom leader. Or other times people think this is when you're in love. This is our wedding day, the consummation of our love. This is us telling the world that we're in covenant. She is no longer on the market. I am no longer on the market, but we are now Mr. and Mrs. Flowers. And most people believe that's when a couple really loves each other. Now, when we were in counseling, our pastors kept telling us this: you guys don't love each other yet. And that didn't sit well with me. On my wedding day, I really believed I love this woman. But half a decade later, being married, I recognized what I was really saying was I feel I have the capacity to love this woman, right? Because love is patient, love is gentle, love is kind, love is long-suffering, love does not keep a record of wrongdoings. I really didn't have a chance to experience all of those dynamics in the courtship phase. I didn't really have to be long-suffering because everything was cute, It's this huge infatuation stage. You're so excited. There was really no arguments when we were courting. I mean, we dealt with real issues. We dealt with our ugliness, but we really had peace. When you get married, you see so many dynamics. And I remember as we were preparing for the birth of our first child, my beautiful baby girl, my daughter, this is her. I'm that daddy. I'll be praying like, Lord, come get us before she start liking dudes. Just come get us, because I don't want to shoot nobody. I do not want to go to jail. I'm going to be that daddy. I'm going to be that daddy. I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to know your social security. I'm probably going to ask to see your birth certificate. I'm just that daddy. I'm going to be that crazy loco daddy. Like, y'all pray for a brother. But anyway, as we were preparing for the arrival of our daughter, I did everything a Christian man would do. I'm laying hands on my wife's stomach every night. I'm praying for my daughter's purpose, praying that God would use her mightily. I'm even cracking open the Bible, y'all. I mean, I had like a verse a day over my daughter. I'm quoting this verse: she will be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Hey, I'm just believing all this stuff of my daughter. And then I began to pray, Father, I thank you that there'll be no birth defects. Thank you that we'll have an easy, smooth sailing delivery process, that we won't have any emergencies. But everything I prayed against happened. We're at the 40th week. She's still not here. My wife's water never broke. The umbilical cord was wrapped around my daughter's neck as she was coming down the birth canal. We had to do the emergency C-section. Then a few days later, my wife had a uterus infection. We had to go back to the hospital for 9 more days. Then she had a breast infection. Everything I prayed against happened, which really is a preaching moment. What do you do when you prayed against something and it happens anyway, right? And if we don't talk about things like that, when you experience life, we'll begin to question God, not recognizing that sometimes God allows you to go in the fiery furnace, not for the purpose of punishing you, but for the purpose of revealing that He's with you. Because if you avoid the fiery furnace, you'll never see the fourth man in the fire with you. So maybe this is not a fireplace, it's really a meeting place. But anyway, as we get back to the house, and my wife can barely eat. She can't walk up the stairs on her own. She can't go to the bathroom on her own, can't shower by herself. It hit me like, wow, I have to cook, clean, bathe her, help her to the bathroom, warm up the baby's bottle. This is love. Love is when you give with no expectation. There's no strings attached. When you could serve her, knowing that you made a vow and said for better or for worse. Most people really mean for better or for better. And when it gets worse, they divorce. But at that moment, that's when it hit me. This is what love is. When you're serving your wife, warming up her food, cutting it up for her, feeding it to her. When she can't bathe and reach certain areas due to the soreness of the surgery. She birthed your child when you can wash your wife, when you carry her up and down the stairs, when you help her get to the bathroom. She is fully relying on your servanthood. And that's when I was like, man, I love you. I love you. This is what love is. When I could put your happiness above my own. When I could put your priorities above my own. and when I could serve you selflessly and recognize that it's an honor, that's when I knew you love this woman. Maybe we have it twisted. Maybe we think that we're attracted, we love, and then we get married. Could it be we love God first, formulate biblical attraction, have a courtship with somebody? What is courtship? Think of a court. You present your case. This is my baggage. This is my life. This is my story. Let's bring our case before the judge and God give us a verdict. Yes, this is kingdom. No, this is not. Because if it ain't kingdom, I don't want it. Then when God endorses it and you get counseling and you get married, over the course and quality of your marriage, you learn what love really is. You learn that love is patient. In the courtship, you really can't even compare that record to a marriage record. There's so much more you see in marriage versus that you see in courting. Maybe love has little to do with romance and everything to do with sacrifice. Maybe love is when you're willing to die on the cross, know that you're innocent, not hold the offense against the offenders. Maybe love is when you don't desire to just have creator relationship, but you want to have a son-daughter relationship. You want to be called Abba. And maybe God gives us the picturesque portrait of what love on display looks like by hanging on the cross. And maybe you know you're in love when you're willing to sacrifice and serve somebody else, even when they can't extend you a hand. Maybe love is being able to put somebody else above yourself and not have an attitude of boast in how much you do. You do it because you really want to make their life better. Just a thought. Redefine TV, where we are redefining relationships righteously.